Hello, everyone, and welcome to our universe.
The CayVin Universe.
Oh, yes. Vinny Vasquez here with the lovely Caylin.
What's up?
Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get to know us and you get episodes as soon as they release. Be sure to give this video a like, too, if you end up liking it.
If you like it.
Yeah, if you don't like it, just don't worry with the dislike. But yeah, we actually need to plug those more because that's actually going to be the topic of this episode. We're going to get into something little crazy.
Yeah, a little sus.
Little suspect. Yeah, a little sus. So we're going to get into some shadow banning talk. But of course, we're going to also do the CayVin news. We got some Mushroom Galaxy videos at the end of the show, as always. And then, of course, we're just going to be talking about what else we've been doing.
Yeah.
And, what else you got to or what else do you think?
What else do I think?
Yeah, what else you got to say about that? Like, we just had a full-on discussion.
Yeah, I think we should just get right into it.
All right. So a giant sinkhole with the forest inside was found in China.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. That's from the inside.
I was going to say, is that from the inside? Oh,
Yeah.
my God. That's fucking creepy.
Yeah. So a team of Chinese scientists discovered the sinkhole. Of course, with the forest at the bottom, the sinkhole is 630. I'm dyslexic. 630 feet deep, and it's freaking has like a bunch of ancient trees and like grass, and I wonder if it has ancient like creatures in there.
Yeah.
But just think, wherever you are, 630 feet under you, there's a whole like another forest.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
That's
who's
crazy.
to say that there's not more of those?
Exactly. It was just basically a sinkhole, and they discovered it. So
What in the heck?
yeah, definitely a lot more than we know.
I wonder if that'll become like a tourist attraction. You think?
Yeah, right. Probably.
Like, you
of
think
course.
they'll do like eventually, if they find out like if everything's safe, they'll like send people down there and stuff.
Yeah, and look
That's
how
scary.
big those trees are. Like I guess that's like with little, like it's a whole forest on the ground with little sunlight. I would guess, because
Yeah.
I guess the only sunlight it would get is cracks from the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, that it would eventually cause this sinkhole. But
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like how it was even like made. Like,
Well, I mean,
so it was like a sinkhole that basically just like grew all these like trees and.
Well, I mean, it was just basically like a cave, you know. There's like
Yeah.
Caves underground, like oases, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
with
yeah.
freaking the water and everything. And it just, like I said, just what conditions that it's set at, and then what little sunlight it gets. Those are the type of plants and trees that survive off of that.
Yeah.
And
that's so
boom, there you
crazy.
go. Like, that's what I mean. I wonder what creatures could have been that, you know, just survive in that type of environment that could be in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
that's
sure
what I
like
wonder.
plenty of insects
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. I'm not sure any animals. By creatures, I mean
Yeah.
insects. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be mostly insects. Maybe some frogs in there or something.
Right?
Yeah, I would think so.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. Wow. So, of course, if you hadn't heard about it, the House had a hearing of the unexplained aerial sightings that's been going on recently. Of course, if you're not familiar with the Tic Tac UFO, the spherical UFO that like dived into the ocean, you know, the Pentagon has been releasing, you know, basically classified stuff that states now instead of UFO, now the name is UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
But yeah, the House had a meeting. I think they hadn't had a UFO meeting or UAP meeting in over like 150 years. So yeah, they finally had a meeting to talk about UFOs, and basically what came out of this meeting was a lot of questions and not a lot of answers.
Yeah.
And that's
of course.
kind of I don't know if it's scary or relieving, because that's basically what they're saying. They were like, we don't know. Of course, they had a classified meeting
Yeah.
after the general meeting, which in the classified meeting, that's probably when they had a lot of answers. Like, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. But yeah, they weren't giving any answers. They're like, look, they're out there. We don't know what they are, and we got to figure it out. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think about that?
I think that's really fucking crazy if any of it is true. And
Yeah.
I'd like to know what goes on in those classified meetings, but I know we never will.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine the type of shit that comes out during those
Right?
things.
I would want to know. But at this point, I mean, it's all a theory. Everything's a
Yeah.
theory. We have no idea what it could be. It could be just drones from other countries. It could be something I mean, that's a simple and kind of dud answer. It's just drones from another country,
Yeah.
China or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they're spying on us. It could be that. That could be the simple, basic, lame answer.
Yeah.
It could be the fun answer where it's actually aliens, you know, from another planet. Or it could be even a wild theory that actually a government official actually spoke out that this is a theory that they had floating around. Was it could be basically like a Terminator theory where it's our future selves coming back and checking us out.
Yeah.
So
That's really
these are
fucking
government officials saying these theories, and it's wild, and I know it sounds crazy, hey, but this is our life now. Like
Yeah.
nothing's crazy to me anymore, honestly. Like I'm not saying I'm a full blown conspiracy theorist because I'm not, but nothing. I just like nothing surprises me now. If like you tell me, oh, this, I believe this or I think this, I never know.
Yeah.
Like nothing will surprise me at this point.
That's
I
so true.
I would have never have thought that my life would be where it's at this point. Based on certain events that happened that I never have thought would happen in my life,
Yeah.
and like. Look at everyone else. Look at COVID. Look at the pandemic. Like, did anyone think we would have to, that the pandemic would happen and we'd be forced to wear masks and all these rules and can we stay inside? Did anyone think that would ever happen in our life? Like, no. Like, so that's the main thing about these, conspiracies. Like, you don't want to believe it, and I think most of the time the deniers that don't want to believe it are the people that. I think they're scared. They're scared because, like, hey, we've had like these sightings or mysteries or conspiracies about UFOs or UAPs forever, and now we kind of have confirmed, like, evidence that, like, hey, these are out there and we don't know what it is, and people still don't want to believe it. It's like, hey, I don't know what to tell you. It's like those people that say, oh, it's a distraction. It's a distraction, bro. It's just a distraction.
Yeah, like
they're distracting you from something else. They're distracting you from the lizard people, bro. It's like, what? They're distracting you from Epstein, bro. It's like, hey, buddy, this isn't 1960, okay? We don't have 4 channels, okay? We don't have one newspaper to read, and then we didn't read the story in the newspaper or somebody didn't tell us. Guess what? We don't have no idea about it. No, we have freaking constant information 24/7. We have literally 24/7. We can look up information at 6 a.m. We can look up information at 10 a.m. We can look up information freaking while you're jerking off on the toilet. Like, we live in an advanced society, okay? There's no, oh, it's a distraction. It's like we can literally look into whatever conspiracy you want to. You want to believe the Earth is a floating freaking turtle with a big ass dildo up its ass? You can believe that.
It's true.
Because that's the information that we have today.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you. You know,
Yeah.
they're out there, and if you don't want to believe, guess what? You're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Stick to the Stone Age. Stick to the Amish country. Why don't you go to the Amish, Kaczynski? Anyway.
Yeah, I was just gonna add, like, how you say, like, the deniers are like the ones that are mostly scared, and it's crazy because if you think about it, there's only like 2 feelings that you can, like, or 2 ways you can think about this. You can either be super interested and intrigued and like, yeah, I want to know what that is too, or you could just be a little bitch and just be scared about it. That's how I see it.
Yeah, no, I just I think conspiracy, like I said, I'm not a full on, and I don't want to get more Shadowban because this is literally
know,
the
right?
Shadowban episode. We're talking about the one thing that's going to make us Shadowban. But I'm not saying I am. But when I do get these things put in front of me, I'm like, it is fun because it's like, dude, it's like,
yeah,
we already know that what the information we're given to us about majority of things in life is kind of false or hidden, or there's some bullshit behind it, government cover up. It's like, it's. If you're just gonna believe what the media or whatever tells you, then you're already lost. You're ready. They already got control of you, so you just, hey, fall in line, buddy.
Sorry,
you're already lost.
Boring.
Yeah, you must be fun at parties.
No, those people don't get invited to parties.
Yeah, exactly. The world is just so crazy. That's why I heard someone say it the other day, but I do believe it. It's like somebody said that women at this point should be charged of everything, and it's like, no, I really do believe that the women should be charged of everything.
Yeah.
Why? Because men have been charged of everything since the dawn of time, and look how fucked up everything is. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. I'm not,
And as a woman, I can
agree. Don't come at me. What'd you say?
I said, as a woman, I can agree.
There you go. Of course.
Oh, God.
There we go. I just said something that can get us Shadowban, and it's something that can get us in the good graces again. Because that's how society works, right?
Yeah.
It's all about what you say. It's like, oh, did you say something that approves my viewpoint? Oh, I like you. Oh, now this episode you said something I don't like, so I don't like you.
Literally.
Oh, and then this episode, blah, 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 blah.
You tell him.
Sorry. If you're here, your family. Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Didn't we already talk about this?
We've talked about this multiple times. So, okay, guys, I don't know. Like I said, if you're here, your family, Olive Garden. So if you're here, you remember we talked about the guy that got the pig heart transplant. You remember that, people? You remember?
They
remember?
Have to.
So if you do, yeah. Turns out what was the cause of his death now? They finally figured out why the pig heart transplant didn't work?
So it had a what?
It was the pig heart that had a virus in it, right?
Yeah, it was the man who received landmark pig heart transplant may have died of a pig virus.
Yeah, so that's what it was. It wasn't the antibiotics that we thought. It wasn't the fact that the science of putting a pig heart into a human sounded ridiculous. It was the fact that the pig heart had a virus, so they didn't make sure the pig was healthy enough for the transplant, I guess. They literally failed in the first step.
You're not gonna run tests on the pig?
Yeah, I guess did it take a little longer for the virus to, show?
Yeah, maybe it lay dormant or something.
Obviously, if you don't have the technology to find a hidden virus, then you don't have the technology to put a pig heart inside a human. Yeah. Get back to the drawing board, people. We're in the future here, okay? We're trying to advance, okay? We don't need this bullshit. This is ridiculous.
These doctors are getting too confident.
Yeah, they literally are. Look at them. They're okay, you're going to be replaced by a robot in 10 years, okay, guy? All right, little Susie over there. All right.
They're all fired.
All right. Jesus. All right, something little.
I have been waiting for this. Oh, I've tried. It's literally, I've literally have tried so hard not to watch this before now.
So we love the Umbrella Academy, and
yes.
if you love the Umbrella Academy like we love the Umbrella Academy, then you would love
we love Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, you would love this trailer. So I've been putting off literally seeing this trailer because I wanted to see it on this podcast.
Yeah.
But this is the Umbrella Academy season 3 trailer. Yeah. You want to go and play it?
Yes. I wasn't recording the screen.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
This isn't your home.
What are you talking about? This is the Umbrella Academy.
This is the Sparrow Academy.
Ooh, the cube.
Shit.
When we jumped here, we created a time paradox. Our little paradox brought forth a freaking Kugelblitz.
What the hell is a Kugelblitz?
Essentially, we're screwed.
Everybody else could see Ben, right?
Yeah, and he's a complete dickhead.
They're all dickheads. Dickheads who can fight.
The next person to say dickhead is getting a punch to the throat.
Dickhead.
We caused a paradox, and that paradox is swallowing things.
How long do we have?
4, maybe 5 days before the rest of existence is blitzed.
Not to mention, we've been replaced by a bunch of blobs and cubes and birds and shit.
Your team's good, but I don't think you're better than me. I ended the world twice, and you're just meat and spandex.
Dad didn't adopt us as babies, but those babies still existed here. So, if you ever see your other self,
Kill them.
Sleep with them.
avoid them.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, come on. As if you wouldn't climb Luther Mountain.
I love it.
Same. I love Klaus.
Yeah, I know. It was one of my favorites.
If I kill you, do we get our Ben back?
What the hell did you just say?
What are you, their mascot?
More like their ringer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, because she can mimic.
Yes.
That is cool.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
Been looking for you.
Oh my
the Pogo.
gosh. Spoiler alert. Wow.
What's his name? Pogo? I hope that was his name. We gotta rewatch season 2. Because it's like
Pogo.
it's been
Yes, we need like a refresher, right?
Yes,
and season
it's
2 was
so
so
long.
good.
And because that's what I'm kind of worried about this season is the Umbrella Academy. There's so much information and there's so
Yes.
many characters to begin with. Now you added double those
you have
characters.
to like really pay attention.
Yes, and there's a lot of things. Yeah, you do have to really pay attention, but I promise if you pay attention, it pays off. You know,
If I remember correctly, when we
we're
watched
making My Chemical Romance shirt, Gerard Way.
right?
You know, he's a mastermind. You know, I want to read the books, but it's basically based off the books. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
It's okay. I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, when we watched season 2, there were like actual times when we had to go back because we were like, we have to watch that episode again. And then if you like go like way back when we reviewed Umbrella Academy, that was like
Oh,
a
yes.
2-part episode.
It was a 2-part
Like, there was a
episode. And
lot.
that was audio. That was before we were even in video.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
see?
because in video, if you notice, we only go up. YouTube starts at 33 because we weren't in video before episode 33. So that's
Yeah.
like a OG episode.
Yeah, that's so true. That's
It's-
funny I brought that up.
That's how long it's been, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time just kind of flew, though, because that just seemed like that was not that long ago.
Yeah.
Crazy. And yeah, like the trailers, like you have to watch it so many times too, just to like I was like more analyzing it than anything.
Yeah.
And
You have to watch it multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the old see, I like I'm not confident in saying the names, but the original it's freaking summer again. People got moss in here in the middle of nowhere in the country. Original Hargreaves already like I want a lot more of the secrets to come out. You know, Hargreaves already
Yeah.
showed that he's an alien. Like I wonder why Klaus never really told anyone that he could see Ben. You know, he never
Yeah,
really
that's
explained
so
it.
true.
The only one that really knew was Vanya because of that whole like
Yeah.
kind of inner brain scene they had. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Well,
you
now
know.
Victor.
Oh yeah, yeah, Victor Hargreaves. See, so
Yeah.
that'll be cool.
Mhm.
To see how they, how that goes about.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's like I thought that. I thought that what it was, of course, because in the last season they find their dad or whatever
Yeah.
in the past. When they go to the past, it's like Back to the Future type of stuff. When they go to the past, and basically he sees what becomes of his Umbrella Academy. So I thought what happened was whenever he saw them,
Yeah.
from the future, he's like, hey, these people that I adopt turn out to kind of be screw ups. So let me go out and adopt other ones that come out to be better.
Yes.
So I thought that's what he did. But apparently, according to the trailer, they just ended up in a different universe where he.
Had other kids.
Yes, exactly. So he has to know who they are, though. That's the
Uh-huh.
thing. He's a lot smarter than he seems. So.
Yeah. And he'll literally like go on to just pretend that he doesn't know who they are.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope I was kind of hoping. The former, but I guess it's
Yeah.
gonna be the latter.
The latter.
Yeah, but I'm excited nonetheless.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, something just to mention, speaking of Gerard Way and My Chemical Romance, they are essentially back.
Yep.
They released a single. Of course, we're not gonna play it. We already heard it. I heard it multiple times. The Foundations of Decay. So if you haven't heard it and you're a My Chemical Romance fan back in the day, check it out. There was a time, probably like 2008, 2009, maybe from 2007, I would say, to probably about 2010. We asked me
Yeah.
who my favorite band was. I would have said My Chemical Romance.
Nice.
I freaking was obsessed
Yeah.
with this band. And I'm just happy to, of course, always happy to see him back. So
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
Nice.
Freaking awesome, people.
love it.
Freaking awesome. Let's see. So basically, before we get into Mushroom Galaxy videos, I wanted to make the point or make it aware, talk about the little shadow ban action's been going on. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel that it's real. I know, like, at first I feel like, because I'd heard the term being thrown around before until I actually said, hey, like, can you define shadow ban for me? And you're like, that's what we are. And then
Yeah,
that's
literally.
basically essentially where we got this idea to, like, kind of talk about it because
Yeah, because
it's a real
not a lot
thing.
of not a lot of people know about it, and not just
Yeah.
us talking about it like, whoa, we're shadow banned, but like essentially anybody.
Yeah.
If you're on any social media, if you're on YouTube, you could be shadow banned. Anybody could be shadow banned. And I mean that's a
For
exact,
any reason.
Yeah, that's the exact definition. So shadow banning is basically blocking someone's post from a social media site or online forum without their knowledge, typically by making their post and comments no longer visible to other users. Moderators of these sites are given the ability to shadow ban users. So essentially the people that control the YouTubes, the Facebook, Instagrams, all of that have the ability to shadow ban you, and you'll post and you'll notice, oh, why am my post not getting likes? Why am I not getting an engagement? Or why isn't I getting engagement? It's because you're shadow banned and you don't even know. And there's really no way to really tell unless you look at the patterns and trends.
Yeah.
And amongst other things, I mean, like if you look at us, like we started basically, like we talked about earlier, we started on 33. We started basically with more views
Yeah.
than we are getting now. And then you can see from our views, we peak right here.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is our first one to get 1,000 views. It had to take, what it had to take for people to actually watch. But hey, people are crazy or people are monsters. And then, a little, sticking around, there's people around here. You can tell there's shadow banning episodes here and there.
Yeah.
That's how they start. They don't shadow ban you right away. It's little sprinkles. So little episodes here and there, you get the highs and lows, and some highs, ooh, some lows, ooh, another peak, And then, yeah, it all looks good and dandy. And then it seems like that at one point, something that, too many trends of what we didn't like, boom, boom. And then, the 23andMe episode, the episode where we told our race.
Yeah.
Are these moderators racist? Is that what happened? Right after the 23andMe episode, our views just dropped, tanked, which means the algorithm was no longer in our favor.
And we were literally talking about ourselves.
Yes, which means we would have to rely on basically our subscribers for the viewers. If that's the thing about shadow banning, if you don't have the subscribers to actually go and look for you, you're not going to get anywhere. And it's kind of scary that these platforms are kind of making their own like version of entertainment in Hollywood. Like they're basically picking and choosing who gets to, be seen to the public.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
Yeah, I feel like everyone should have that chance.
Exactly, but it's not. And it's like, actually, everyone kind of does it. It seems like on TikTok. That's why I'm liking TikTok more.
Yeah,
and we can go on about this. Our Instagram, of course, has been suffering. We noticed that. Just that's no secret that Instagram is known to shadow ban people. A lot of people have been coming on Instagram about that.
Yeah.
Twitter is known to shadow ban people. Elon Musk, if he's gonna buy it, he needs to change that too. If he really wants free speech and wants everything to be fair, then
on Twitter,
you need to change that up.
Yeah.
And another thing on Twitter, you got to go to the little thing on the top right hand corner and switch your feed to the most recent feed. Don't focus on the Twitter algorithm because, like I said, it's just going to show you a bunch of bullshit that it wants to show you. Go into Twitter and switch it to the actual show the feed based on the recent news and everything like that. That's actually the best way to do it, where it's fair. Because that's just the whole point. We hate to not brag. We hate to rant about this and just. But the important thing is if you're listening right now, help us out. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. It really does help us out because it's going to help YouTube. It's going to help show YouTube that like, hey, people care about this. So then YouTube will kind of maybe want to give us a chance. And it's not even people behind the wall. It's all fucking robots. That's the crazy part. Yeah. And then, that's kind of the main thing. There's no emotions there. So they're going to ban you or unban you. You can't plea with the robot with no emotions. So keep that in mind when you're ready for AI to take over. But it sucks. It really sucks because like now I feel like we're stuck in this loop where it's like, how do we get views? Oh, we need to be seen. How do we be seen? We need to get guests. How do we get guests? We need to get views. How do we get views? We need to be seen. How do we? It's like we're stuck in this loop.
Never-ending loop.
It's never gonna. It feels like it's never gonna end. And it's like it kind of bums me out because it makes me feel like there used to be a point in time in society where like if you just went out there and tried it, like talented people, and I'm not even calling myself talented because I don't think I am, but there was a point in time where talented people, like like the saying goes, the cream rose to the top. Like now, I just feel like it's. Like you're not gonna get anywhere in life. Like point blank, you're not gonna get anywhere in life unless you have connections already or you already have the money to get there. Like just it's a sad truth. It sucks, but it's a sad truth. And it just I
was gonna say that kind of like along the same lines of what you're saying. I just feel like it's just essentially not fair because it's like I feel like you're giving, or I say you're as in like these social media platforms, like you're giving people views that don't necessarily deserve it. When you have two people sitting right here who literally like have a passion for doing this, like as you see all of these here, like we had all the audios and we have all these video episodes, and it's like we are still doing it because we love it. And I feel like it's just like, why not just give people that deserve it a chance? Like makes me like bums me out.
yeah, it's interesting, but a lot of it's just talking to a brick wall here.
Yeah,
we're literally talking to ourselves in these microphones, in this camera.
I like talking to you.
Yeah. Well, talking to ourselves,
talking
but
to each other.
That's why it's fun. That's why we actually sit here and want to do this because it's freaking awesome. I could not do a podcast on my own, and the people that do their podcast by themselves, if they have guests, that's one thing. But the people that literally sit there and do podcasts by themselves, like, I want to say more power to them, but then I want to say fucking moth. But then I want to say like maybe a little attention grabby, because I don't really care about the attention. I just want to. I want to sit here and build this brand with you. Is what I want to do.
And I feel like there's more fun in it too. Like, where's the fun in just sitting there talking to yourself?
Yeah.
Like you gotta have somebody there to like bounce off and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I mean, by when I say attention, of course, by wanting views and likes, that is attention.
Yeah.
But I mean unnecessary attention.
Yeah.
You know, where like you said, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It really is.
Let's get into some fun stuff. Get
Yeah.
into some Mushroom Galaxy.
I love it.
If Pokemon were real, would you even go outside?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute.
Is that Growlithe?
Ew.
Is that supposed to
is that
be
dick
freaking?
nose?
Yeah, is that supposed to be freaking Abra?
I never watched
Abracadabra,
Pokemon.
Alakazam. Oh, I've always loved Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, I've always loved. I always loved the original, like the 150 or 151 Pokemon.
Yeah.
I really didn't get to anything after that. Like the original Pokemon, I still have the original Pokemon cards. But I was always into the original Pokemon, the original show. Once they started sprouting out with all these little, cute little other types of Pokemon, it's like, okay, it was like the whole Star Wars thing. I was into the original Star Wars, but after a while, it's like, okay, you're just doing this to sell toys and money and all this bullshit.
Just to be cute and cuddly.
Yeah, but and all of those were the original Pokemon.
Yeah.
But that would be terrifying, though.
It
Like I said, I've always
actually
loved
would.
Pokemon, but it would be terrifying if they were real. So maybe it's a good thing. It's all imagination.
Yeah. And as for the question, I would definitely stay indoors. For sure. It's fucking scary.
Oh yeah. But if you can actually train them and stuff, that would actually be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I want that little, what was the little one that we said was cute? The little caterpillar looking one?
Capri.
Yeah.
I think Caterpie.
Caterpie. Nice.
Yeah. Caterpie and Butterfree. I don't know that's one of the jobber ones, so I don't really pay attention to those.
Oh. Of course I would like the jobber one.
That would be yours. A little Earth Pokemon.
Yeah.
O bracinho aí naquele modelo. Bora, fuga, viu? É fuga, viu? Naquele modelo, viu? Agarrado assim, pai. Naquele modelo, viu? Freio de mão. Ei!
Shut up. How is he using that arm?
Go back.
Bracinho aí naquele modelo. Bora,
you have to
fuga,
go to
viu?
the beginning.
É fuga, viu? Naquele.
Oh!
Naquele modelo. Bora, fuga, viu?
Oh my god.
É fuga,
This
viu?
is why we're
Naquele
shadow
modelo,
banned.
viu? Agarrado assim, pai. Naquele
But
modelo. Viu? Freio de mão. Ei!
Oh my gosh. What is that arm is just gone. He just accepts it.
But how does he use it?
I have no idea.
Like,
He just doesn't
That
feel
thing-
pain. It must be just so
that
numb. He
thing
just
is
doesn't
too
feel
funny.
anything. It's just a flopper. It's just a floppy. He's just got a floppy disk.
yeah. Floppy disk.
I'm literally
Oh my
holding my
God.
arm because that hurts just looking at it.
Yes, like,
Oh
my God.
Goodness gracious.
what's his name? Rodrigo?
The
Rodrigo
Rodrigo.
Biscuit.
Yes. You're wilding out there, Rodrigo.
Oh, this poor man. Okay.
Ai, Miguel! Miguel!
Fucking idiot.
How even?
What is, he's like, hey, you got this wasp nest? I know how to get it down. Replay it. It's like, don't worry, I got this, bro.
Ai, Miguel!
He's like, I can take it. What are you doing? Get a can of wasp spray. It's $5.
Literally, spray it from a distance.
I don't understand like how these videos are like. It's literally wasp spray works. It literally
Yeah.
knocks them down.
That's like,
And if
like
it's a big one, to get two. Go in there, freaking Western style.
armed, yeah.
I had to do that the other day.
Flip him over.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, wasp, your time is up.
Like Nate from The Office. When he
Oh
was,
yeah, he had to choose a weapon.
he was gonna use an entire blowtorch.
A blowtorch. Then he picked like a bow and arrow at first or something.
Yeah. And they were like, no.
And then
don't
didn't he
do
just
that.
go with the bat or something?
Yes, they were like, that's like the worst option.
What? Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh man.
So at this point in development, what things are you being kept up by at night? Like what's the thing you're like, oh, we just need to, do this or this better, or we really I can't sleep because we haven't figured this out yet.
He gonna respond?
Sorry?
Oh my god, no. No, there's no way.
This guy just...
Oh, we really, I can't sleep.
There's
because
no way.
We haven't figured this out yet.
He wasn't even paying attention. He was trying to figure out the world's equation in his head.
That's right.
He's like, I'm sorry, I was just figuring out the meaning of life in my head.
Literally. Like, oh my god, he just had an alien thought.
But first of all, that guy lost him. That guy was like, that's what I always see these freaking interviews of Elon Musk with these guys interviewing him, and their questions are terrible.
Yeah.
Put me in there. Come on the CayVin Universe, Elon. I ask you some tough questions, the questions that people want to hear.
Oh my gosh.
No, that would never happen. But that guy his question was too long-winded.
Yeah.
You just got to be like point blank. Okay, what do you think about this? And then give him the time. And that guy was like, what is the one thing that you know, when you're like jerking off at night, like what's the one thing that like you're like, man, like I just gotta. What's the one thing that you just? Of course, he's not gonna.
10 minutes later, I'm sorry.
Of course.
Oh, Elon.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
Alright, so as you can see here, I have my bathing area set up completely. I have my little tub, and then I have my shower, you know, washing my hair.
So this is a guy that lives in the metaverse. And I don't know, I still don't know if it's a parody or real to this day, but he's showing how he showers in the metaverse with this headset on. I assume wireless Bluetooth or wireless waterproof headset. And he's in this little kiddie pool, and he has a little bucket over him in his room. Oh yeah, by the way, he sleeps in like a baby crib because in his metaverse he has a big bed on a skyline.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any more questions about how
What
I live
in
my
the
life
hell?
in the metaverse, please write them down in the comments below.
Oh, yeah, I was talking over his narration the whole time because honestly, it's not important. But yeah, what do you think about that?
This guy is single, and he's gonna be single for the rest of his life.
Oh, what if you find? He'll find someone in the metaverse.
Yeah, if somebody fake, like, is he really gonna find a companion that's gonna sit there in that baby bed with him?
But
In
no,
real life?
no, because they'll be together in his metaverse bed wherever they are. This is a conversation that's gonna probably come up a lot if you fall in love and the metaverse is already it's not as near as where it should be, but like let's face it, the foundation's there. This guy even had a video where he went to a Walmart and he's in the Walmart parking lot and he walked into the Walmart, and of course it literally looks like early designs of a video game. It looks like everything, they just have the surface, everything's just point blank. It literally looks like, you know, when you're in early development, and it's like that's what VR is. They're in early development right now, but there is going to be a time when you walk into that Walmart and it's gonna look like a real Walmart.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
Right now he just walks in and he goes to the cash register and it's like ordering online. But anyway, with all that being said, it's like you are going to be able to really like you can already hang out with people in VR.
Yeah.
You know, that's freaking like it's kind of really, I don't know, like I said, the foundation's there, but seeing videos of it, it's kind of cool. Like Redman from Kill Tony, he does it. I've seen some of his videos. It's pretty cool. If you find a girl in the VR world, okay, let's say you already have a girlfriend and you find a new girlfriend in the VR world, is that cheating?
You caught me off guard.
I mean, what do you? I mean,
if you're giving it doesn't matter if it's in real life or in the metaverse. If you're giving your attention to somebody else, then it is cheating.
Boom, exactly. So yes, because you're hanging out with them. Essentially, you're giving your time to them, whatever, whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's basically using that question to answer the other question. So it is true that you can have a real relationship in the metaverse.
Oh, okay. Then
right?
I can see that.
Then if it's true that that's cheating, then it's true you can have a
wrong.
relationship in the metaverse, and it's true that he can find a girlfriend in the metaverse.
Well, then I hope the best for him.
You can probably get married in the metaverse. You can probably do that already.
Yeah. Oh, and he can get her pregnant and everything without the consequences.
Oh my gosh. Well, because they're already working, like we talked about last episode, they're already working on devices where you can feel stuff with your mouth. There's already fleshlights that can freaking connect to your VR headset while you're watching VR porn.
Wow.
Like this is freaking. This is just,
crazy.
and this is just this is just like I said, the early development stage of this.
Yeah.
Like what do you like? Even in 20 years, like I said, look how far video games have came in 50 years. Like in 50 years, VR is going to be a full functioning suit where you can just go anywhere. You're going to feel full haptic feedback, and you're never going to want to leave it.
Wow.
You know, like, you know, I was seeing something, you know, or what did I see? I don't know. Someone was talking about Elden Ring online. and how they spent 105 hours on Elden Ring, and it's like, psh, I was like, those are rookie numbers. Back like my favorite game of all time is Assassin's Creed Origins, because I literally like it was into maybe it's all subjective to time, and I guess, and how you feel, because that was like after a breakup too, the first time I got into it, and I freaking sunk my whole life into that game. I spent like I think even when we got together, I replayed it.
Yeah.
So I played it twice. And I think at the end of it, like I freaking like spent 305 hours playing that game total. Once I added it all up, it was 305 hours I spent on Assassin's Creed Origins, because that was just my favorite game of all time. And if literally you put that in a realistic VR environment, I would never probably want to leave that world. So there is going to be a time where no one's going to leave VR, and we're probably just all going to get government checks. The government's going to say, okay, here's your little check to stay inside. Here's your little what is Andrew Yang trying to do, this fucking universal basic income. Then your government's going to say, okay, here's your little $1,000 a month. You stay inside. We'll ship everything to you. You'll get your food shipped to you, get your clothes, everything you need shipped to you. Just stay inside, because guess what? We're going to be freaking controlling everything else out here while you're sucked into this imaginary world.
Yeah, you're not even going to know what's fucking going on.
You're not even going to know that we're spraying poison outside.
All right, guys, we'd like to take a moment away to talk about your internet security. You know how every website you visit nowadays makes you accept cookies? Well, it turns out what you're accepting is not only for that website to store your personal information, but to also sell that personal information, such as location and interest, to hundreds, if not thousands, of ad companies. And that's just the surface of it. That's why you need a virtual private network that protects your internet connection and privacy online. That's where NordVPN comes in. NordVPN creates an encrypted tunnel for your data and protects your online identity by hiding your IP address from websites and hackers, while also allowing you to use public Wi-Fi hotspots safely. Just click the link in the description of this episode to get a huge discount on 1- and 2-year deals. After that, it's just as simple as turning it on with the click of a button, and NordVPN will run in the background of your device to protect your online security and mask your location to whatever country, state, or city you decide. Again, just click the link in the description of this episode and sign up to take control of your online security today.
All right, guys, it's time to talk to you about your health and fitness. And of course, if you know me, you know that I'm transparent, and I'll be here to tell you, you do not absolutely need supplements to see results in your fitness goals. However, I am a believer that supplements do really help in your fitness goals. You are going to get better results, maybe even faster results, when you do use supplements. And honestly, supplements just help sometimes, especially pre-workouts, because they help you just want to get up and go to the gym. Energy drinks don't do the same really as pre-workouts. Energy drinks have hundreds of flavors, and yet they only do one thing, and that's just energy. But with the pre-workouts from Insane Labs, they do more than just stim you out. They ramp you up so that you reach your highest potential at whatever it is you decide to do. Of course, when you pair their energy pre-workout lines, including Psychotic Gold, Psychotic Test, Red Rum, and Possess, with their NO2 boosting Insane Veins and Insane Veins Gold, you get an unmatched combination guaranteed to help you murder your workouts and kill it in the gym. Seriously, that NO2, that's basically a nitric oxide booster. What that's going to do is actually expand your blood vessels in your body, kind of like a water hose. If a water hose is flat, when you turn on the water, those vessels expand. You're going to get maximum blood flow to your muscles, and you're just going to get these insane pumps in the gym. I personally like their pre-workout strain. It's made with hemp. It's actually more of a mellow stem. It's not going to really get you too much of the shakes, but honestly, this stuff is really good, especially if you work out. This is going to be the absolute best bang for your buck. You're going to use the code CayVin40, that's CayVin40, and get 40% off every day, or just click the link in the description below of this episode and take advantage of the great offers from Insane Labs. So yeah, it's really good, people. Try it out. Like I said, if you work out, best bang for your buck. If you don't work out, maybe buy it for a friend, maybe just buy it, shove it up your ass. I don't know, whatever you want to do, people. Just buy their supplements. It's good stuff, and Insane Labs has been supporting me especially since day one. So check it out now. Anyway, we were talking about some crazy stuff, and then I was just about to say, just kidding, don't shadow ban us, YouTube, again, or further shadow ban us, but then the camera decided to cut off right when we were talking about that, so, you know, whatever. It's aliens telling us not to talk about it. What else we got?
Oh! Brandy! Oh my god.
Was it Randy or Brandy?
I think,
Brandy.
Oh.
Brandy. She just put her head down like,
Oh my god.
You know that hurt.
Literally.
Those crazy dogs.
That was like all of her teeth falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's so.
That's terrible.
Oh my god. That was a Delta 8 vape.
Oh.
And I had it on the charger and it just exploded. Came in here, it was completely on fire. Look at the smoke everywhere.
Oh.
Do not buy those. It just exploded on the charger. You can see this like black flakes everywhere. I had to blow it out.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Don't get cheap vapes. Or matter of fact, just don't vape at all.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know?
say the vape companies need to, or the companies that like do those commercials, like for kids to stop vaping and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is a perfect commercial.
Yeah, they
Just
totally
show
they,
this.
they totally left behind cigarettes because at one
Yeah.
point it was like even like with the kid, like because it's all just trends. It's like
Yeah,
you
what's
heard it
cool.
from the beginning of time. It's like everyone from the beginning of time used to smoke cigarettes because like, oh, it's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, smoking in the boys' room. You know, shout out Molly Crew. You know, but now it's like the cool thing for vapes because everyone wants to, oh, I'm gonna blow out the cloud. Look at this big cloud, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, the flavors, bro. It's like, hey, why don't you just smoke a real cigarette like a real man because we're addicted to it, okay?
Literally.
You know, it's like it's not a choice. It's not because I wanted to blow out good. No, it's addiction, all right? Just
Yeah.
call
accept
a spade.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
once you smoke, yeah, it's like that's the thing. That's why I never got into vaping because it's like, no, I like the real earthly feeling,
Exactly.
not putting a robot cock in my mouth. You know,
And not being able to take it out of your fucking hand either.
oh my god, literally just.
Just constantly holding
It's like,
on
oh
to
my
it.
god, you might as well put a cock in there.
Yeah. And then especially the giant ass ones that look like fucking VCRs.
Oh yeah, you know they like them BBCs. Those people that suck on those.
Oh god.
Oh, gosh, that's too many. I gotta start beeping them out. We're allowed one cock and one fuck per episode, according to ShadowBanned laws.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were already beeped out then.
Yeah.
This is the last time I let Grandma host bingo night at my house. It's 3 in the morning. How are they still going?
Oh my god.
Now those were the wild, cool people of that generation.
Yeah.
You know, and to think like we were talking about this the other day, but it sucks that there are people around our age that are just strict duds and
Yeah.
like assholes or, whatever you want to say. But there are going to be a lot of people when we're senior citizens that are just like, when we're senior citizens, we're not going to care about anything.
Exactly, because
Like,
we're gonna know.
No, we're not going to be like those ones like, oh, you can't cuss around me, dear. Or it's like, oh my God, that's a boob pic. Oh, it's like, no, we're not going to care about anything when we're older.
Yeah.
Like, so I just, like, that's what I mean. When like these old ass people in Congress phase out, and then we have people from the newer generations, and like I'm not just saying us. It's like pretty much if you're like 50 or younger,
Yeah.
even late 40s and younger, like you're basically grew up with technology. You grew
Yep.
up with trends, and well, I guess newer trends. There's always been
Yeah.
trends, but you grew up basically with the pop culture. There's never really I don't really think there was a such thing as like pop culture trends until like really like the 70s
Yeah.
and like the 80s. Before that it was all just white man trend. But
Yeah.
But the 70s and 80s I think were like the decades that really revolutionized like entertainment and pop culture, and especially technology, like we said with video games and things like that. So if you grew up around those eras, you are essentially around the time where you're just like kind of used to things. You're used to the internet. Like there are those ones that fall behind that still don't know about that stuff, but generally the most people in those eras, they're used to the things that we have now in the internet. And like you even see a lot of people around that age, or that know how to operate TikTok. Basically, if you like I said, if you're late 40s or younger, you what happens when these people of these generations start going into Congress, start being the ones to really control our laws and to really controls what pass or what gets brought up and what doesn't get brought up, and entertainment and media and everything. Just how the world's not going to look how the world looks now when all this new generation, and especially 90s babies and generation XYZ
Yeah.
are the ones basically in the power controlling the world. I guarantee you it's going to be a different world. It's going to be a different world. It's probably going to be run by technology. Nudity and curse words aren't going to exist. Like, no one's going to care about that, getting offended. Well, actually, I don't know. See, there you go. It could go one extreme or the other, because there's a lot of people in our generation that are waving picket signs, huh?
Yeah.
You know, so I really don't know. Who the fuck am I, people?
We just really just don't know. But I think another thing it has to do with it is that, like how you said, those like late 40-year-olds, like most of them like have kids now. And so with like the kids adapting to new things, like hearing, you know, the latest stuff in school, or like having the latest technologies, like a thing for kids nowadays. And it's like that gives the parents an opportunity, because if their kids are into that, like, of course, they're going to have to learn how to do that stuff too. So
yeah, it's true. It's really how you raise your kids then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it is true how your childhood basically shaped the person that you are, and it's kind of like that for everyone. And you can, if you read people, you can see patterns in their lives and how certain things they got or they didn't get from childhood affected how they feel about certain things now. And it's like, you know, and that's another thing. Yeah, it's your parents, and it's like, so it's like basically a lot of shitty people that are around our age had, you know, shitty upbringing. Not really, no, because like I feel like not upbringing itself, but like direction. Because you can have a shitty upbringing, and and trust me, I guarantee you, people that had a shitty upbringing probably are more humble and modest, honestly. But it's like the direction, like teaching you to hate certain people, or teaching you to not, you know what I mean, not like accept
feel
people.
And think certain
it's like
things.
that's where it goes wrong.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're just ranting,
right?
Do not fucking chase me. Ow! Is you gonna drink your soda with the damn cup? Oh shit! He is chasing me, y'all. Look at him. He is fucking chasing me. Why are you chasing me? Why are you chasing me? You cannot beat me up.
That is
Don't
so
drink
scary.
your soda and stop.
Wait, does he have scissors on his toes?
Yes.
Don't chase me. I'm scared of you. Do not fucking chase me.
Oh hell no!
What would you do if that guy was coming at you?
I'd find the nearest weapon, and
that is something out of a horror movie.
That's literally so scary.
We live in the like
and then his fucking Edward Scissorhands toes.
I know, that's what I mean. We live in like the pitch black darkness. We just have a main spotlight. So basically, if you look out into our land, it's like light from the spotlight. It gets light, and all of a sudden it's just a wall of darkness. What would you do if you're just standing outside? That dude just comes out from the darkness, starts running at you.
Literally. So scary. I can't even imagine that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. Whose grandpa is that though?
Sometimes I walk out into the darkness, into that what I was saying. Sometimes I walk out there and I just like wait for someone to talk to me, like a spirit or entity, maybe a monster, maybe an alien.
Yeah. Just took a dark
We
turn.
just want something bigger in this world, people, okay? Because life sucks, all right? So we're always looking for something bigger and better.
Always.
You know, we're like, you know, higher
higher
signs,
power.
higher signs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Higher entity.
No, I'm gonna cross that out. Oh. We're having fun here, people.
That was the last one.
Yeah.
That was the last Mushroom Galaxy.
Yeah. Forget everything I said. I don't want to be shadow banned. Don't take anything serious.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
just having fun.
We're just having fun here, all right? Everything we say, it's literally, if you look up the category of our podcast, it's fucking pop culture, society, and comedy and entertainment.
Yeah.
Those are the categories of our podcast. Pop culture, society, because the things we talk about is relevant stuff like Mushroom Galaxy, you know, CayVin News, whatever the episode topic is.
Yeah.
But comedy and entertainment, because we're podcast comedians now. There is a such thing as podcast. If you watched Gringo Poppy, Brendan Shaw special, which don't watch it, it was terrible. There's one thing that I understood from that is that we are now podcast comedians. You know why? Because apparently all his whole set was basically funny stuff that just caught on his podcast. And I guarantee I wrote it down. I not guarantee you. I have a 10-minute podcast set. Or, 10-minute comedy set that I wrote based off of funny stuff or topics that I brought up on this podcast. So guess what? We're comedians now, people. You have a podcast, you say funny stuff, you're a comedian. Catch us doing open mics in Austin.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Now everything I say is comedy.
Proud to be a comedian.
Yes. So if you don't like it, I'm going to tell you, man. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Anyway, if you did like it, hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/CayVin Universe. Follow us on social media at CayVin Universe on Instagram, TikTok, and the Twitter. Other than that, what else do you think? What else do we got to plug? NordVPN, Insane Labs, really good stuff. You know, they're really and like I know just like every podcast has ads, but like these are literally like the only two companies that will literally give us a chance right now. Like these are the only two companies that want to work with us because all other companies don't think we're worth anything, and it sucks. So if you really want to support us, support them because they're the companies giving us a chance, and if we're gonna grow any, it's gonna be with them. So we're like we said about anything day one. These companies are day one companies, so it's gonna be different compared to the people that are gonna want to come around all late. Because trust me, we're not stopping until we get our fucking results that we want.
Yes,
we're undeniable, people. You can't deny it.
We're undeniable. You can't deny it.
Exactly. I've lost my mind. I've lost it, people. I have lost it. If you've been watching, you've been seeing me deteriorate for the past 2 years. So I don't tell you. I'm not holding back anymore. Fuck it. What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
What do I really have to lose? Yeah, what do I care what somebody in freaking, Spain thinks about me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We actually do get a lot of views in Spain. Yeah. Shout out Spain, shout out India. We get a lot of views in India. Shout out India.
Shout out any other country, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, because they're like, wow, freaking
these Americans are crazy.
Yeah, they're acting like
these comedian Americans. Oh, man.
This is probably going to be the last episode, people. I'm serious.
No.
What are we doing here?
We just went on about how much we love this and how we're not going to stop, and now you're going to say that.
Anyway, they're in our music, people. Peace and love. And we'll hear from us soon.
Bye, guys. Can you just say what we're doing today?
Oh yeah. Are you doing What's Bothering Kay?
Fuck.
The failed segment?
The failed segment? Nothing's ever bothering me? Well, things are bothering me, but I'm not going to sit it on the podcast.
That's the point, though. You're supposed to. Who gives that back? This is our podcast. If they're watching, it's because they want to hear what we got to say. That's what we got to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which nobody does, so I guess they don't want to hear what we got to say. You want to just scrap that segment?
We're going to have to replace it with something.
No, it was just a transition intro segment.
Yeah.
It could be a surprise, a cameo segment. Whenever
a cameo.
You really have something bothering you, you can do that. Or we can just throw it into the news.
Yeah.
Well,
in a clap?
Yeah. All right. No more What's Bothering Kay. Trash segment.